Hi, Marble. What do you want? What do you want, Marble? Okay. Do you want out? Okay, goodbye. Oh, all right. Ooh.
Okay, hopefully that is working.
Hopefully, it's good. I like working. Oh, wait. Why is the shared chat not started? Did I start a shared chat? No. Okay. You are invited to a shared chat.
Yes,
We are in
shared
a.
chat is on. We are here. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Get my tagline in there.
Oh, you have a tagline and everything?
I stole it from the Truman Show. And Kit,
Oh,
you have claimed the crown of Furstendom. It is the bonus crown, most special.
why do I still hear an echo? Could you do me a favor and mute your mic on the stream together portal?
Yes, how's that?
You just go down to the bottom.
No, I
Yeah,
did it. I
yeah.
did it. How is that?
Oh, yeah. That is good. Yes, very good.
Oh,
Very
good.
good. Yes.
Can folks in my chat hear Peter? Is he coming through?
Hopefully,
Find out in a moment.
Chat, I can see you, sort of. Yes. Sweet. Hello, Nanakit.
Steve Holt. Wait.
All right. Don't be distracted with an idler.
No.
What?
Mr.
Oh, Yenza already snagged it.
Ah. That's fair. I just hear Steve Holt. Steve Holt.
Steve Holt. Who's Steve Holt?
It's a thing from Arrested Development.
It is?
I think that's where it's from. It's from some old sitcom.
Okay.
I just think it's funny to say.
All right. Arrested Development is great. I should watch it again. Yes, Astrid? The cats are being a lot. Okay, I'm booting up the game.
Well, that's good because I need to invite you.
Oh, good. Yes, excellent.
I have a lobby all set up.
Sweet.
Oh, hey, look. Ptony's playing Battleblock Theater.
Oh, wow.
Invite to game.
Play game.
Did it work? Did it work?
I don't know yet. Oh, Astrid, we recommend a controller. That sounds great. I'll make that happen. Astrid. Oh, those are claws. Oh, hold on. I'm becoming a climbing pole. Oh,
that sounds like a painful option.
It was quite.
See, I can't see your camera right now, so I have no idea what's happening.
Oh, all right. The cat is gone. Thank you. It was, yeah, it sure was. Okay, I need to turn down volume. How do you get settings? Hold on.
We could probably do.
No.
If you ready up, we could probably do settings on the inside.
Yeah, volumes are.
Turn the lights down low and shut your faces as I wrap you in the cozy blanket of a story. A story as heartwarming and soft as a mother's kiss. Or is it?
Aww.
Once upon a time, there was a boat. Now, this wasn't just any boat, children. It was a ship full of friends, hundreds of friends, best friends, one and all. A veritable friendship it was. Get it? But it wouldn't be very ladylike of me if I didn't mention the most noteworthy friend on board, Hattie Hattington. Say hi to Hattie. Hattie was like king friend of Friendship Kingdom, best friend to one and all, and the walking definition of handsome gentleman.
This is just the plot of Kingdom Hearts.
Morning, Hattie and pal set out for a new, exciting adventure.
I recognize it.
Fantastic wonders would they discover this time? Perhaps they'd come across a scary ghost ship. Perhaps they'd find an island made entirely of candy. Perhaps they'd meet a band of scary, swashbuckling pirates and join forces to find an island made entirely of candy. Who knew?
Do you think we're gonna
It
find an
didn't
island
matter.
entirely
So
made of
long as
candy,
they were
Peter?
together, there were smiles to be
Yeah,
had
I
and
think
pleasures
so.
to be
Okay.
shared.
What?
Now,
That's what I
today
have
wasn't
planned
like
tonight.
any other
good.
It's in my
adventure
calendar.
day. Spirits were uncrushably high. Everyone was singing and dancing and having a jolly time. When suddenly the
Hello,
ocean was
TC.
all like, surprise! surprise! And a huge, massive storm brewed out of nowhere. Whooshoo, whooshoo, whooshoo,
What?
Boy, that was quick. Whooshoo, whooshoo. And there was thunder. Boom! And the lightning. Boom! And the wind. Boom! Whooshoo, whooshoo, whooshoo. And like that, it was over. Is everyone okay? Said Hattie. I don't know what I'd do if I lost even one of you, Hattie continued. But the eye of the storm is very misleading, children. Never turn your back on it because the ocean was all like, psych! And it came back even bigger this time, twice as big. As if Poseidon himself extended his hand in friendship and they spat in his mouth. Boy, he was pissed. He was mad. And the rain came down like a shower of bullets. And the floorboards were buckling and creaking and breaking, and pieces of their ship were raining down like shards of broken dreams. And then Reginald comes upstairs and he's all like, I say, gentlemen, I do believe we're in quite a spot of bother. And everyone else was like, really? What tipped you off, genius? And then Hattie was all like, hey, be nice. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Huge giant waves
Stamper's
thrashed the boats
narration.
to and fro and to, carelessly sprinkling friend after friend into the cold, unforgiving abyss of the deep, dark ocean. Everyone was screaming like, help me, splash!
Now it's a
Splash! And there was
Subnautica
this huge
crossover.
whale, like, and made it super scary. And I think there was a shark. Yep, there he is. Oh, God. And then Hattie was all like, hold on to your butts. Land ho! And bang, 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 smash! A shipwreck, as foretold by their fate books of fate. And while it seems like the end, this is merely the beginning of another fantastic journey for the brave crew of the SS Friendship. What a strange, mysterious,
Perfectly cromulent story.
Yeah. I am enticed.
You should now be able to change your audio settings.
Oh. Yes. Help and options.
Welcome to Battleblock Theater.
No.
Go inside the door when you anytime.
Okay. Oh. Wow. Oh, why would
Sorry.
you do that?
I smacked you. Ow! It was an accident, I think.
Uh-huh. It was very fun. Very nice.
Maybe our friends
Okay.
come in here to take shelter from the rain. That's smart. Jeez, what a gloomy place. Ever heard of spring cleaning?
Oh, that was fast. Well, this is an easy platformer.
Yeah, I know. Easy game for babies, you know. I don't know why people say it's hard.
Yeah. Oh, there's a double jump.
Ow!
Sorry. I don't have a dash button that I know of yet. Oh.
There isn't really one.
Oh no!
That's
Bean
okay.
time!
If the timer counts down, when one of us has exited a level,
Oh, happy day. It's
Mm-hmm.
happy. And look, he's made
that's just how
wonderful
long
new
you have to
friends.
get to the exit,
Ooh,
but
they
it
got
still
him a present. How
counts as
thoughtful.
you
still
getting
win.
through.
Wait
Yeah.
a second. I don't think that
Gotcha,
was a
gotcha.
present. Those guys aren't wonderful new friends, are they? Just stay hidden and keep quiet. They haven't seen you yet. Oh no, they see you. Clench your butt. This isn't gonna be good.
Hello, Chizo!
Yep, that wasn't good. That wasn't
I'm
good.
just wearing a fake non-beard. Oh.
You have a bald cap for your chin.
Okay, hold on. The settings are still not quite there. Help and options. Settings. Okay, that should help. Goodness. Oh no! Well, all right.
We got better.
Oh, these are all your achievements over here. I see.
These are the faces I have unlocked.
Wow, a man of many faces. Is that Enter the Gungeon?
No, it's Castle Crashers. This game precedes
Oh.
Enter the Gungeon by like a decade.
Okay, gotcha. Betrayed by Hattie. Goodness.
How could Taddy betray us? He was friend. He was
I don't
like
know.
friend.
Oh, it smells like beef stew.
Father Evan is the only man I trust. That's why I confess directly in chat.
Hungry.
I have some bad
Oh.
news for you, Calmake, but I appreciate the trust.
He can What? Uh-oh.
Look, I can hear someone confess things all day long in chat. I just can't absolve it.
Yeah,
it's not gonna count as
yeah.
the sacrament. Help! Help me! Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Teamwork.
Oh, no!
No, it's fine. That's a bouncy block.
Oh, they help. Okay. That's not what I would expect. Oh, no! Well, so fire doesn't kill, but water does. Ah! Okay, and then I have...
I need your help. Step on the... Step on the blue
this...
thing.
I see.
So at every level, we're getting the gem. You need at least 3 gems. There's usually 7. And then there's also a yarn ball in every level.
Okay. I have a confession to make about the shooting of Archduke Ferdinand. Uh-oh. Do you know Archduke Ferdinand?
Yeah, that's kind of what started this whole thing called a World War I.
I saw somebody was saying, somebody said, it's kind of depressing that they called it World War I, don't you think?
What were they expecting? Another one?
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of weird. I mean, it's like how Lou Gehrig died of Lou Gehrig's disease.
How did he know?
The world's just full of crazy
Amazing.
coincidences.
Oh,
man.
I've been teleported.
I'll be up there in a moment to chuck you at the yarn ball.
Thank you.
Or you can chuck me.
Sounds, right trigger?
Yeah.
Right trigger.
Yeet.
Oh. All right. Trying to convince my back that it isn't hurt. Oh, how's that going for you, brother?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the scratches that your cat gave you.
No, yeah, I have my own problems for sure. Okay. Hello, Mr. Emerald. It makes a great deal of sense that this is a game that Webby recommended.
Yeah.
Oh! We did it!
We did it.
If you think about it, World War I was the Second World War. Ooh, what was the First World War?
The Second World War.
What?
Technically, the First World War was called the Great War originally, and it was renamed to the First World War after the Second World War, happened.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Get over there.
Ow! Why do these cats hate us? This is my question.
Because we crashed onto their island.
Oh, that's fair. You know, if somebody crashed onto my island, I wouldn't like them.
And they're bored. Like, the whole plot is that they're just bored, and this theater exists to entertain them.
Amazing.
Wait, come back.
Oh, I'm sorry! I like that if I die, it doesn't matter. Oh. I teleported?
Yeah, there was a teleport block at the end of that.
All right. So, cats. Don't trust them. A cat just attacked me a second ago.
That sounds like someone who hasn't been infected yet with toxoplasmosis.
Well, maybe. Wow. We did it!
We did it!
Hey! Cow Mage, are you a real cat? Or should we not trust you? Or should we...
Yes.
Hold on.
And unlike Riff, he shows that he has 4 ears.
Wow, power of friendship. I am 100% cat. Well, then I 100% don't trust you. I think that's just how it goes.
Okay, we're gonna need to buy you some weapons.
Oh, weapons.
Yeah. I don't know if you're gonna be able to...
What does this do?
I think... Oh, we both need to be. Okay, I can. Here, hold on. No controls, please. How did I? Okay, I can give you yarn balls.
Wow, you have so many yarn balls.
I do. I have played this a time or two. Give me just a random face from your collection. Or nothing. Like, or a gem. Give me one gem.
I will
hit
give
RT.
RT. I don't know if I can do 1 gem. I can do 5 gem.
It's the TV's showing you a 0 right now. So hit A.
Sure. That's a good trade. Wow. I made a trade with someone.
Woo!
The trade. Doesn't Yenza wear a cat mask? Yeah, but that's because she's a splicer, not a cat.
Oh. That's terrifying.
Which isn't much better, is it?
Yeah, so here. This is where you buy weapons. So just
they just give me a random weapon?
Yeah, that's probably the worst part of this game, is that there are good items and there are bad items, and it is random.
Wow. Okay. Sweet. I like random.
I think you need to find some little sparkly gem-shaped freedom keys. Wink, wink.
Freedom keys. Okay. That's great.
I think freedom keys is what I have for breakfast.
Ooh.
As an American.
That's...
Here, can you jump
Are
Nope. Okay, so we gotta find a teleporter for that.
Gotcha. Go away, cat.
I like that.
I don't trust cats. What's your name, Calmage?
Don't you have like 7?
Yeah, but keep your enemies close.
Oh, okay.
Something.
That's fair.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Wahoo! Wahoo! Oh, we have to...
Yeah, why don't you follow where that goes? Yeah!
All right. We are successful. I suppose I wait, huh? This is a problem. Oh, no, it's not. It's fine.
Ah, you made it a problem.
What do you mean? I helped you up just like that. You're welcome.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
It worked. Ow. Go away, cat. Okay, there's more surprises in here. We're missing things. This is why Father Evan is the only man I trust. This Ptony guy just doesn't understand the glory that is taxoplasmosis. Oh, I understand too well.
I told you to go down there.
What?
There was a secret. See? It's a fake
block.
Oh. There are all sorts of secrets.
There are fake blocks?
Yeah, this game has no, it gives me trust issues.
Like a cat.
No, I really have more trust issues with dogs.
I found the teleporter thingy. It's right underneath this water.
Oh, yeah?
Not that. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's...
I don't know how we'll have to go the other way, I think. Base dog disliker. Okay, it's right over...
It's
here?
It's at the top of one of these, I think. There it is. Yeah!
We did it! Gamers!
Gamers shoves me into water.
Uh-huh. Strategy. This game. Who doesn't like dogs? I mean, I wouldn't say I dislike dogs, but I definitely prefer cats.
There you go.
Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Good luck. What?
I mean, if I explode, I just teleport to you.
That works out.
Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. We did it. I'm gonna learn for real now. Maybe try to sleep will help my back. Yeah, good luck. That's we missed the time. I see. Herpaderp, how you doing, Crimsonite? Trust issues? Trust issues.
And this is just World 1. Wait until we get to World 8.
Yay! More trust issues. I still haven't. Oh, I figured it out.
You did
Whoa!
it!
Gamers. Hold on. But wait, Father.
Yeah.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Oh well. You know. Why don't you press the Y button? Just press
I
the
figured
button.
it. The Father.
I thought
I
you were
see.
gonna teleport to the other side because I thought you were taking a while.
Yeah, no, it could have worked. Kablooey!
Sploosh.
Oh,
Kaboo.
you died.
I did die.
Okay. What do we do about that?
Suffer?
Yeah, wow.
No,
It just
no. Hold on. Try to do that again. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, teamwork. Beautiful. Oh, I bet that there's a some trust issue blocks that we can go through. That's probably the solution. Good job,
I think
gamers.
We found that quite perfectly. I mean, look at that. A++.
Yeah, we did a great job. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. Whoops. I understand the solution now.
Just paddling from a boat.
Whoops. I'm here to help.
I'm helping.
Oh, boy. Oh.
Yeah.
Cha-ching.
So yeah, use RT.
Oh. That's the weirdest climbing animation I've ever seen.
It's a weird climbing mechanic in general.
Valid. Oh, I have to hold right trigger. That's right. Oh, well. I love the little frisbee.
Your frisbee blew me up. Oh, also,
You're welcome, Mother.
In each set of 3, there is a secret level to be found.
Oh. So many secrets.
They have very obscure entrances that are not clearly labeled.
I see. I get to miss school for a seminar thing tomorrow, and this afternoon I ordered my cookie dough blizzard cake.
Wait, they make blizzard cakes? This sounds opulent. I must have one.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, the only
He
Dairy
keeps
Queen in
talking
New York
about-
is in Staten Island. This is a problem.
I would love to tell you where they put the gems, but I'm not gonna.
We should have an ice cream cake. Oh, what are you?
Oh, that's the signal for the secret level.
I see.
So somewhere around this level is a random, basically kind of a hidden block that will take us into another level.
Most people poop themselves and die in that order.
I found it.
You found it.
Wait. Best soundtrack ever.
And it's very special. It is a soundtrack for the ages.
So apparently when they were doing this, Stamper just did this impromptu in the recording booth as a joke.
Uh-huh.
And they actually had like real music, like dramatic bonus music planned for this. And they were like, hey, what about that just random thing you did in the sound booth? Yeah, all right.
He's living his best life. It makes me want to start doing some game dev. No secret. Oh, we didn't. What about the rest of the level that had the secret entrance?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to play it.
All right. I didn't like that level anyways. Ooh. Magical. Oh!
Ah! No, get the boat. Don't throw me.
What's the difference? Ow.
I'll show you the difference.
What? What could you mean? That was fun. Oh.
Wait.
I did it. I'm not sure how.
Nope. Nope. Sorry. Trying to do something else, actually, believe it or not.
Sure. Oh my. Well, I did it.
You got it.
Teamwork. Oops. What's this?
I think we just glitched our way up there, and I'm okay with this.
That's quite all right. Oh, this was how we were supposed to get up there.
It's the real gamer way.
Mm-hmm. Oh! Ah! We did it!
Get me off this ride.
Oh, wait, but then what do you do? Oh, I see. So that enables me
to climb.
Amazing! Chat, we're epic gamers. You're welcome that you are allowed to watch us be such good gamers.
TPFR, true players for real.
Yes, you're good. I'm fishing for compliments.
Aw, we made it on his fridge.
Well, and he is friend of all people. He's Hattie Haddington, king friend of Friendship Kingdom.
Ah! Oh, I see. And now I save your life. Well, there's only so much I can do for you.
Yeah, you know, lead a horse to water and all that.
Uh-huh.
Oops.
That killed me. That's amazing. I'm on board with it. Got him. Oh, that's quite a way to die.
What happened?
I hit one of these things and then I hit a spikes.
Oh.
Thank you. Please. Please.
Is good sir enjoying the ride?
Oh, yes. I guess. Oh, how do you... Oh, it works. Well.
Get back here.
Oh, no. This is going to create explosives. Oops. Yep.
Ew. I almost made that.
Do you think there's... Oh, that's where the yarn was. I see.
Mm-hmm. I love the aesthetic of this game, like the way everything is presented as being like a cardboard cutout on a stick.
Mm-hmm. No! Yeah, it's really well done.
No, we missed one. We're not true
Rude.
gamers. We're not 100%ing it on our first try.
Chad, I'm embarrassed. Oh, I'm so sorry that you've had to witness this moment. If you also want to see, if you like gamers who don't get 100% of the points, you should tune in on Friday, because I promise no gamer will get 100% of the points.
Maybe I will. I'll be a record first. Clean sweep.
That would be pretty
My
insane.
Mad poetry skills. Yeah, so these levels are timed. This is consider this the boss of the level.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no. I got stuck.
Whoops. Oh, there's water there. I just found it.
There is. Hey, so did that cat. And that cat. I found trust issues.
Interesting. The yarn! Don't hurt me. Oops. That's not the solution, is it? Ah. Oh, I see.
It's
Teamwork.
solution.
All right, I think we missed one.
We'll find out.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, it's a two-parter.
Oh. Oh, I found it.
GG.
Silly clock. Oh. That's not floor.
That's not floor, that's water. Oh, sorry. I was legit trying to use that against the cat.
Oh, it's fine. Ooh, what? Oh, I see. We have to not
Yeah,
hit
it's a trap. Don't do that. That's my personal advice.
That makes sense.
I found the spikes.
I did it. Ooh. Gamers gaming. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, no.
We ungamed. We ungamed. We gamed too hard. We gamed too close to the sun.
Looking while I drive home.
I think I wasn't paying attention.
Wait. What?
They're measuring our success of how many gems we collected.
Oh,
We're
well,
famous.
but we share gems, don't we?
Yeah, but in that level, it counts. It's
You sure know how to make the best of a confusing and hopeless situation, but boy, this place is quite the enigma, wouldn't you say? I would. And you know, a little warning would have been nice. You know, before they threw us headfirst into this gladiatorial, prisony place with its perilous medley of twisted stage productions that shred the silky fabric which weaves together the fragile blanket of sanity that keeps us sane. But you know, whatever. Either way, it's safe to say we're in quite a pickle jar here. We gotta rescue our friends and get back to Mr. Boat. I mean, they'd do the same for you, and adventuring just wouldn't be the same without, I don't know, this guy. Best chef in all the land. Food so stupid delicious, one taste would blow your face through the back of your head. Like bang, splat! And who could forget this quirky fellow? You know, he owns a bat farm back home, and his lifelong dream is to breed a terrifying race of super bats. None of which makes any sense, of course, because he's absolutely terrified of bats. And this lovely lass always tells the best bedtime stories, hands down. Plus, she always smells like chocolate, so that's good. And then there's this guy, and this handsome fellow, and that thing. All your best friends imprisoned, and they don't like it very much because it's bad and horrible. And then there's Hattie, the best friend of all. Why did he stab us in the back and twist the blade? I mean, just this morning he gave everybody flowers and presents, and now he goes out of his way to hurt our feelings? Oh, I think not. You can't fool me. Hattie would never betray us. Betray us. Never! Something fishy's going on here, and I think I don't like it right now at all. It must have something to do with that scary, albeit fashionable hat. Sure looks evil. I mean, it's glowing red and stuff. Glowy red stuff is always bad. Everybody knows that. So what dangerous treats lie in store as we continue to unravel this treacherous sweater? I don't know, but use caution as you continue your gallant endeavor. Don't like fail and die and stuff, cause it's all up to you now. What? Why did it do that? That was scary.
Thank you, Stamper.
I see. Well, that's compelling. Ooh, what?
Apparently we can yeet each other in the vertical direction.
That's nice.
That's actually.
Oh,
that's actually helpful.
That is helpful. Why? What? How? Why are we supposed to? Oh, there's a door here. I was wondering where we're supposed to go.
Yeah.
Time to find some gems. Time to find some gems. We for them.
I see.
Our little fluffy friends. Oh, wrong button.
Oh. Oh, I see. Oh. No.
Oh, oh so close.
Uh-huh.
This game has interesting netcode, especially on bad internet. There's a speedrun of it that is just absolutely hilarious. Of a 2-player speedrun.
Yeah.
That just, in order to get it, they actually used a phone as a mobile hotspot to run the internet between the clients.
Oh, that's amazing. That's fine. A worthy cause.
Yeah, look at this. We're figuring this out. No! Toast!
Oh, no!
There's 2 pieces of toast. Oh, no, I'm gonna be a sandwich. I don't want to be a sandwich.
Anything but that. Oh, yeah. Oh, I died. Okay, I guess we're done.
Yep.
That sounded like Clavier.
Good stream, everyone.
Clavier is in your walls, actually.
Is that like
Sorry.
how Junie is in your walls?
No, everyone has a VTuber in their walls. They just don't know it sometimes.
Oh, I have Hal.
Hal is a great choice. I like Hal.
Hal's a great guy, actually.
I love that he's playing Monster Hunter W, but not the same one as everyone else.
No, I think he actually got the new one.
Wilds? No, I don't think he has Wilds yet.
Oh, I got it mixed up. I thought World was the new one.
Yeah. I love it.
That was a mistake.
Well.
I got a free lobotomy.
Ooh, what are these?
Helicopter jetpacks. Ow.
Hmm.
Come on, this is easy.
There's a teleporter over there. Aha!
I don't know how I did that.
I think we take this teleporter. Or not. Yeah, that's fine. That works too.
Okay, I figured out how they control. The answer is they don't. But you hold down the jump button, and you get 2 activations.
I see. Oh, I committed to us.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
I don't wanna.
I saw a
You
big
can't make
green.
me. Uh-uh.
I think I can, actually. Just give me a sec. Oh. I think we missed a gem. It's my fault. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
What a wonderful performance.
All right.
Do we go up or do we go down?
Try to resist the urge to
Well, that was simple.
Up. Figured it out.
Wait,
up.
that's the exit. That's right below the
Yeah.
start of the level.
Interesting. Think there's something up there? Ow.
Nope.
Nope.
There are spikes up
Hello,
there.
Trekkie.
first of many.
I like the spikes. They
Do they make you feel warm and cozy at night?
they do.
Oh, good. They remind you of Astrid's claws.
Ooh, you found secrets. Oh boy. Oh, hi, thanks.
Thank you. This is a gem thief. Stop him. Well, we stopped him.
We stopped him. Glad we have multiple lives. That's very helpful. Oh,
Yeah,
hold on.
there is a hard mode where if you die, level's just over. And in 2-player, it's, oh, one of you died? Level's over.
This is pretty brutal.
Yeah, that's why I thought going on normal mode might be a good way to start.
Yeah, makes sense.
I
How
am
do
the
we get
round
up-
face with the facial hair.
Oh. What?
You found an exit. I don't know what you did, but teleport back up there? There you go.
Okay.
Now
I did
go,
it.
Go to the exit.
All right. See you here.
Goodness gracious.
Good job.
Woo! High five. Yeah, I had to high five myself to pull that one off, but you know, it's get the point across.
Now just do a backflip.
I don't think my scroll wheel's fast enough.
Oh, it smells like beef.
It was really rough.
It was hilarious. That bit was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Doing it one time anyways.
Yeah, I don't think you could ever do that again.
Oh. Well, hello, gentlemen.
Oh my goodness gracious.
That's the sound they make when you jump on them.
What? It's just like random teleporters?
Why
Between
not?
the 3? Okay.
Have you not
Oh.
learned that this game is full of trust issues already?
It is. Which means if something's dangerous, I have to hit it just in case.
Now you're learning.
Oh. Well,
maybe following me this way wasn't a good idea.
Very confused how we... It looks like there were trust issues over there. Ooh, it's a puzzle. You puzzled!
All those years spent playing point-and-click adventure games.
I don't know what I did.
You moved the block.
But I did it. I moved the block. Secrets? Roop-a-doop-a-doop! Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Where am I?
Yes.
Ah, thank you. Oh,
You're welcome.
I did
That
it.
counts. We have everything.
We
Someone
did
get
it.
to the exit.
We did it. Oh my. This really makes me want to get back into game dev.
Peter, what if we just had more sound effects in Goth that were just you going
I do want... Wait a minute. I do want to add sound effects to Game of Favorites 3.0. Do you really want those sound effects to be my voice?
Yes.
I see. Well,
I mean, some of them
very
already
interesting thought. Are they?
are. Surely, at least one Yenza yes and Yenza no is your voice.
Oh, I mean like integrated into the show. Oops.
I think that would also be great.
I see. I'm going on an adventure. Oops.
Duke would get well, yeah.
Oh, how did you do that? Good work.
I don't know, but we're going with it.
Oops. Oh. We did it! Better yet, get Taylor's role to do it. Or Duke of Pizza.
Okay, no.
It could be a lot of fun, actually. We could have random... I mean, we could have a little random. Different random voice lines for transitions.
Yeah, I mean, you have the special Nani, so you could have like actual good sound effects, and then just randomly, occasionally, just give it bop, zim bop, zim bop.
Are you suggesting that the Father Duke... Oh. The Father Duke's scat would not be good? It would be the best.
No, I said normal.
Oops. Oh, I see. Yeah, that is different. Oops, sorry. Here to help.
Here to help punches me. Look, I appreciate your efforts to help rein in clericalism and keep my ego in check, but I don't think I need to be punched that much.
Well, whoa! When you climbed down...
You climb in a perfectly cromulent way.
You know, that's fair. I don't know what else I would have expected.
You know what? I'll just teleport to wherever you're going.
That also makes sense. Hi, guys.
Did you get the gem that was over there?
I did, I think. We can double check, but I'm pretty sure. Gem has been gemmed.
Gem is amazing. Gem is fantastic. 80s cartoon shows references.
What are we? Oh, there it is. We did it! Wow, gamers! Peter talking about other people's scat. What?
With a K, Trekkie, with a K!
I think you've got it now.
We have been talking a lot about cats, so I guess it's topical. Father Trekkie, do you trust cats? No. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, good. Never. Good. Calmage, you hear that? I'm sorry.
Calmage ran
It's just
away.
the rules. Like a cat, huh?
Yeah, well. You heard his
Try-
announcement, right?
That they're having a baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I was just figuring you had heard it, but you know, it's like, you know, maybe just in case.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that.
I wish I could have made it to redacted for the wedding.
Aww.
Calmage-
Where is redacted?
I'm not saying on stream.
Oh, I thought redacted was the name of an actual place.
No. It's redacted. It's instead of saying the name of the place. That's what redacted means.
No, I really want a place that's called redacted. I think that'll be the best.
I feel like it'd be south of Cleveland.
What? Still haven't figured it out. I love how long it took for Calmage and Nep to realize I'm a priest, and especially how excited Calmage got about it. Yeah, that's pretty fun. Oh,
That works.
we did it! I didn't time that. I'm glad it worked out.
Hey, Stretch McGrooves, thank you for the sub with Prime. Haha, get frozen. What if there's a redacted Goth episode? That could be funny. Like, what if it was, you'd have to work with the contestants on this ahead of time. Everyone writes out their responses, and then, like, 1 to 3 words gets removed and redacted, and gets added in by someone else. On.
It's like it'd be kind of like ad-libs, but different.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Ow!
Get down there.
There's nothing else down here?
There was a gem.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I think there's something to a redacted episode that could be really funny and work.
Yeah.
It needs some teasing, but
interest. Mm-hmm. Oh, hi, buddy. Wow.
did you
What a way
make
to go.
friend?
I sure did. Oops. Oh, you can't. You can't kill him.
No, you can. It just takes a lot.
I see.
If he falls on spikes, he'll just...
I see.
die.
Oops. That's not gonna work. Oh, I see. We just gotta hit this. Ow! Ow!
You'll get there. I believe in you.
Thanks.
Back here.
Wait. Oh, is this where the... Nice. All right. See you later. Hurry! 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 We're dagged.
They were known by how they loved each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wanted you to have the satisfaction of beating the game on your own. You're welcome.
I have beaten the game on my own. I've played this before.
I think you've hit your head. You're confusing yourself.
I suggested this game saying, hey, I've played this and I think you'd enjoy it. And you were like, I don't know. I better check with Webby.
I don't know. It seems suspicious. Your last suggestion was not terrible, so I guess if I... What is he doing?
I'm trying to...
Oh, it's you.
You're
I
letting
see.
The thief get away.
Oh, I see. You were... I understand now. We did it! Oh, that will kill you. Careful with the wind.
I do not want to be gone with the wind. Stretch McGroobs, thank you for the tier 1 gift sub to Rainbow Unicorns.
Rainbow? I know that guy.
Rainbow Boost? I'm kidding, Rainbow's a cool dude.
Do you want me to throw you somewhere?
How about you jump off my head? And
Oh, that makes sense. Nice. This is for you. Oh! It doesn't go that way.
What do you mean it doesn't go that way?
It didn't go that way. I don't know.
It's a movable block. It needs to go that way.
It wouldn't. It said, no, I don't like moving that way.
Peter, I think you need to request a refund of this game. It did not let you move the movable block the right way.
Yeah. For the most part, this game performed really well, but there was one glitch.
This one level.
This looks dangerous.
Wait, there's a teleport block.
Teleport.
I think I exploded but teleported through anyway. You know, sometimes
good work.
It's just the way it is.
Rude. I thought we were on the same team, buddy, old pal.
Rude, that's my line. Quit stealing other people's taglines, Peter.
What? Buddy, old pal? Is this your tagline?
What? No, rude.
Oh. That's not much of a tagline.
I haven't
Sorry.
emoted everything.
Yeah, it's a single word. Rude is his tagline.
See,
wow,
Stretch
who do you
McGroop
hang
knows
out
what's
with?
up.
I don't know. That's quite a tagline. You know, you're right. That's such a good tagline. I wish I could think of a tagline like yours.
It's my stand-in for swearing. Hey, Stretch McGroop, thank you for the 100. Easily his tagline.
I think that'll do it. Oh, we want the other thing too, though.
That works.
There you go. Sinclair. I wish the difficulty spiked up a little faster. Because I don't like enjoying video games. I like suffering them.
Well, this is just World 2.
Yeah, which is fine. That's why I'm saying I wish the difficulty... I'm sure it gets a lot more difficult. I just wish it spiked faster.
Get the best time and I'll give you a kiss because I love you.
Good work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah! Oh, no! You want me to throw you up?
Yeah.
I'm cheering for you. Go, Father Evan, go! I got
well, neither of us made it.
But I got the gem, and that's what really matters.
And in the end, isn't that all that really matters?
Uh-huh. Cha-ching. Hold on, gotta climb.
What if the real gem was the friends we made along the way? I gotta draw
Then
a map pack lurking.
Yeah. that's how you find them.
I legit actually have someone who follows me on Twitch whose name is The Friends We Made Along the Way, who only shows up if my stream title has the phrase Friends We Found Along the Way in it.
Amazing.
You gotta go up and over. You gotta go, you're above.
We did it! Get an A++ in 10 levels. Achievement unlocked. Oops.
Oh, did you just get that achievement?
I did.
I'm
an achiever. Well, one day maybe you'll be a real gamer like me. I believe.
Wow.
Oh, thanks for the teleport. Ooh, how do we get that yarn?
Presumably by going this way. Gotta turn the fans off.
Oops. You turned the fans off.
Yeah, if you press the underside of a fan, you can actually turn it off. Achievement unlocked, 100 bits. Thank you, Stretch.
There you go. Teamwork. Oh. Ah!
I explode.
I explode. Wow. Look at what an epic gamer I am by 1 pip.
Oh, it's equal on my screen.
No!
Get wrecked.
I've been lied to!
So you don't even complain about the prison food, which is shocking because that stuff tastes like doo-doo casserole with a side of butt salad. But best of all, your riveting performances have the theater bursting at the seams with excited patrons. And with all this extra cash you're raking in, the theater can afford some serious improvements and really start beefing up these horrifying shows of murdery death to appease the fickle crowd. So that's good. And what's the deal with Hattie? He just creepily looms around the theater all day. Look at him looming. It seems like he's been forcefully forced to manage this place. Well, it looks that way.
I'm increasingly happy that I made you Hattie in the thumbnail.
Yep, living life to the fullest.
Oh, honestly,
slow down,
when I
buddy.
saw that,
yes,
I'm like,
sir.
yeah.
Full of salt and pep.
That's
Full of pea
perfect.
and vinegar. Overflowing with youthful energy. Say something, Hattie. Cat got your tongue? Shut up. You know, people really seem to be a precious and rare commodity in this strange part of the world. Seems our little
Just
boat
remember,
wreck was a
you gotta
delicious
buckle your
gift from the
pants.
heaven gods, and these
You gotta
bizarre cats
buffer
are
your
taking full
plants? What?
advantage of us.
Buckle
What
your-
cruel
your
fate left them to
pants.
roam the grounds
Oh,
of this scary
yeah,
old
that's
theater,
true.
desperately
That's
rolling
actually-
the
And
bleak
buffer your
premises with an
That's
iron
actually
glance.
the
Remember
song.
that.
And just
They
how
sing
long
a
have they
whole
been
song at the end of
orchestrating
this
this
game
sinister
about
scheme? I
buckling
mean,
your
avert
pants.
your eyes, children. Avert
Oh, good.
them. There's bony people skeletons
That's a rude
everywhere.
stream.
Scary,
Careful,
right?
Trekkie.
No, I'm no
That's
genius,
Father
but I
Evan's
definitely know how
tagline.
long it takes for a body to
No,
decompose.
just saying rude
So
is
this
my
must have been
tagline.
going on for at least. Oh, wait, scratch that thing I said. So do you possess the courage to soldier
butt salad
onward
is
and
pretty
uncover
rude.
the mysterious mystery?
It
behind
is.
this
It
grim
is a little bit
world? Or will
rude.
your hilarious death screams be drowned out by
gonna
the
ask
sound
Yenza
of
to
your
draw
own
me a rude
hilarious
emote.
death screams? We shall see. We shall see. We shall
I made mine in
see.
Canva.
You see?
Yeah. Yenza gives me an edge.
I have fun in Canva. I've actually... The mushroom was made by
Oh.
an intern.
Uh-huh.
And then Swoliel was pulled from a game. But all the other emotes I made... Oh, and the Meat Morp is Junie, of
Is
course.
Junie.
But
It
all
is
my
fun-
other emotes I made myself.
It is fun to make your own emotes, and it gives them a personal touch. Oh. Well,
Goodbye.
I drowned. Bye.
The elevator's not working.
It's broken. Oh, we have to press a button. I guess.
What if we went up?
That sounds good. Very up, much wow. And then
Yeah.
you did it. This art style looks familiar.
If
Oops.
you've ever played a Behemoth game, Alien Hominid, Pit People,
Nice. Wait.
excuse you.
I'm sorry. It's the game's fault. Oops. Oops. What?
Oh, everything's going from bad to worse.
A little bit. What is this supposed to be?
Oh, it's an equalizer puzzle. So when you step on one, it will increase the one it's on and the one next to it.
Oh, I see. Hmm. What? How did that work?
They were all equal.
They weren't though. I don't.
they were
I
all
don't think
one.
they were.
They were.
Oh.
Are you? Excuse me. Are you gonna question it and want to redo it? We can
No,
restart the
that's
level.
okay. We can restart the level. That sounds great. Let's do it. They were. I was assuming that they had to all be full.
Nope. They just have to be equal.
That's a... Oh, you died.
I did.
Every last one. Nice.
Boop. Oh, the exit's up there. We did it. Good job, chat. Chat is the great equalizer.
What?
Maybe.
Good job.
Yes.
Chat. Chat. Are you playing this game with him? Chat.
Chat always gets the credit, Father. That's the rules. I thought you would know this.
I don't acknowledge chat.
Oh, well, that's awkward. What? I didn't die!
Look, the game is a little glitchy.
Interesting. did it. Wrong way. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, this...
That counts.
It counts! I need to change streams.
Don't let those things at you. It hurts a lot. And then she was like, good job, you got the gap. Anyway, and then she's like,
That ended poorly for both of us.
No, we won. If we win, we win. That's what I've always learned. Oh, where are you?
Oh, I went places.
I'm noticing that now.
You had that one off. No, you
I
did
did?
it off.
oh no, Kitty.
Bluey!
Stop that thief. Just kidding.
You only have 6.
Okay. Whoa. This is one of those sensory overload games that just has so much going on. It's good, but my brain is getting tired from it. Oh, of course that would happen. That makes sense. I understand now.
Oh.
What the f***?
Sneaky, sneaky. Yeah, that's my fault.
It works. It works.
Okay.
How did you grab that? That seems wrong.
Why would you say that? That seemed right to me. Wait for me! Thank you. Oh no! There's death down there. Watch out.
There's even a big sign saying, beware, there is danger
There's a
spike.
lot of death.
You know, it's Lent. We need some memento mori.
That's right. It's a pixel thing. I agree. I believe. Oh, that almost worked. That's a good idea.
Yeah!
Wahoo! Oh, that's not that. That looks suspicious to me. Nope, it's not suspicious.
No, it is suspicious. It's a bunch of spikes.
Yeah. Well, we died together.
No, I lived.
No, me and the cat.
Oh, okay. How romantic. Oops, I did not actually mean to step on that.
No! I have to find the secret. Trust
did it.
issues. Ah!
You found the trust issues. Yeah, with us finding all these trust issues, I think we should go into, like, counseling.
Are you looking for trust issues? We got you covered. What's this gift shop? Is that where you get your cosmetics?
Yeah. That's where we got you your weapons in level 1. You can get cosmetics you can buy based on... Oh, I didn't mean to go there.
Where do you get cosmetics?
So
Prisoner concession?
Yeah. See the gachapon machines?
Uh-huh.
So it has the shape of what head you'll get. So cylinders, triangle, square, and circle special.
Whoops. I am definitely a square.
I just got the shell.
Oh.
I just got freaky teeth. Goat.
How does... Oh my. Gems can only be spent on prisoners. What does that mean?
So your weapon, gems can't buy your weapons.
Oh, I see.
And then if you go into your menu and you go to player setup, you can pick your
I
shape.
see.
And
Wait, what? Oh, I see. And then once I'm here, I can choose a thing.
Yep.
That's me for sure. Oh, and I can change my weapon.
Yeah, and you can have 2.
All right. What is...
Help! Oh.
Okay.
You exploded me.
Shall we find some
I am explode.
You are Explode. Welcome to Explode. Oh my goodness, my face is so terrifying now. I love it.
Yeah, in the speedrun I was telling you about, they have the Stamper, the guy who's doing the voiceover, and then the other lead developer from Behemoth Studios. And it is just a riot listening to them, because the one guy is making fun of Stamper's voices the whole time, and the other guy is making fun of the character designs. It's like, Will, what is that? Why did you draw that? You can tell that they have great banter.
That's fantastic. Oh, there's yarn over here.
There is.
There's yarn.
We'll need wings to get the yarn, I think.
Yeah, probably. That looks like a wing job. Well.
Look, I wasn't prepared for the lasers. We should play Bread and Fred. We thought about it, but Peter had just played that with
Landon.
With Lando.
Landon is a great... Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Well, good luck. Never mind. Landon is a great person to play Bread and Fred with. I mean,
that was
not if you want to make progress, but... Yoo-ha! Welcome in, Raiders! How you doing? Oh. How you doing, Fate? How? All right, I'm the guy on the left. Oh, there we go. All right, well, that was rough. You, thank you for the 34 months. Goodness. How was your stream? Were you guys playing Split Fiction?
Yeah, put it there. No, put the block to the right. Now let go. See, now we got the wind to help us up.
Whoops. The wind.
The wind.
It's not. No, that doesn't help me. I was playing the Insanity. Gotcha. What is the Insanity? Is this made by the same people as Castle Crashers? I believe so, yes. How?
I mean, I see it, but...
How?
We might have to restart the level.
Do we break it?
No, wait, no. Okay, come give me a push. Come give me a push. Step away from the wall for a moment.
Okay.
Grab me. Thank you. Okay, so we need to reset that.
Okay.
We need to push that over to that side. Because then we can now we can get here.
Oh, I see.
Okay, that is not my fault.
No, I blame you. Psychological horror game. It was fun. Ooh, we do like psychological horror. I sacrificed myself for you.
Some of us like psychological horror.
Oh. You don't like the horror games?
I don't like horror in general. I don't like horror movies.
Plus 10 hat. What does that mean?
It gives us gems if we can get it. Spawns in a random spot.
I see.
So it may be behind us already.
Oh, you died.
Oh,
wow. Wait, where am I?
I don't know, actually. Oh, careful. There's a raccoon down here.
I see that.
Father doesn't like my favorite film genre. Nope. That's okay. I like you. You're a cool person. People are allowed to like different things. Hey, there's the hat. I died.
Where's the hat?
It's under the raccoon.
Oh, I see. I got the hat. We're still missing a gem.
Yeah, but we'll get 10 extra, so, you know, it's like whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. Can buy so many squares with that?
You know, there's shapes other than square.
No, not for me.
Okay.
Oops. I tried.
It's okay, so did that cat. Ow.
Did you die?
I found a way to go splat.
That's good. Me too. Well, we are naked, aren't we? Ouch.
I mean, I have a hat.
Well, I have a nice smile. Oh, well, he jumps.
Oh my goodness gracious!
What's the plan here? Oh, interesting.
I have suction cups.
I see that. Magic pixel.
Yeah, that's actually a thing. They use that in the speedrun. I think we were supposed to get the wings and then work our way back, but no.
Yeah, that makes sense. Dang it. It works. Count it.
Perfectly normal plan.
Uh-huh. Perfectly cromulent.
Yeah, we have him saying cromulent.
Well,
Okay, one of us has to stay on the platform.
Doesn't this look like a whole lot of fun?
interesting. Thank you. Oh. Whoops. Oh, this is where we started. We did it!
Yeah.
Teamwork! That metal grate, the thing in the middle, is that supposed to be like a latch, I guess?
Yeah, it's like the cage that we start in.
We're prisoners.
We are.
Wow.
It's
Amazing.
like they said that in the cutscenes or something.
Wow. This game is so relatable.
Where they put the gems, but I'm not gonna.
Sure.
Oh, they're both mine.
That's okay, you deserve them.
Oh! Well.
No, I'm stuck. Okay, between the two of us, we might get close.
We did it!
Hey, look, it's another equalizer puzzle.
Oh, I had it. I understand the game now. Don't do that.
Good try, but try gooder.
Let me in.
I don't think that's trust issues.
I guess the trust issues come later.
Like the toast. The toast here makes the trust issue. No, don't throw the grenades at me.
I was trying to throw it at the toast, of course.
And now the toast is on fire.
Oh, the toast comes back. Well, that's annoying.
Well, you know what they say. Every toaster toasts toast.
That's what they say? This is, all right, yeah, and that's true. Oh, we need wings. Fly away!
Who says
Fly
that?
through your trust
People
issues.
say that.
Whoops. Ow.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Oh, this is very much an Icarus section.
That rocket trailed me all the way there.
Do we want
Yeah,
to
just
win?
go for
Are
it.
we...
Just ship it. Before you run out of wings.
What? Good job.
You do know there's an
That gem didn't deserve to be saved.
We don't need A++. Nothing
That's
matters
right.
beyond the A. Anything else is just a
Ooh.
lie. Splat.
There's a yarn. Oh, and then you come over here, and then we can throw each other into the sky. Oh, well, or that. The cake is a lie!
I'm making a note here. Huge success.
Huge success.
B is for bag. A seminary professor, Trekkie and I had, his name is Father Bag, Father Christopher Bag, and he would say, B is for Bag, C is for Christopher, F is for Father. We're talking about people's grades. It was almost impossible to get an A from that man. He just did not believe in them.
That would drive me crazy.
He's a really sweet dude. He's very he's a great guy. He is certainly eccentric.
Yeah,
But
no, I
way
can.
of talking. That's Father Bag.
Oops. We did it. Teamwork.
I mean, if one of us distracts the ravenous beast, the other lives. I guess that's a form of teamwork.
We take turns dying. How do you do that? Oh, I
like
found
that.
it. Oh, that's the most annoying emote I've ever seen. All right, well. Whoops. Goodness. All right. Well, nice. Very nice. Very good. Good job, guys.
Oh, look,
We're
there were only
saving the
6 again.
universe. Oh! We were perfect. Except for the time thing.
And the secret level.
And the secret.
We missed this.
Yeah, it's pretty tragic, actually.
Watch out. I'm gaming out of my mind.
Such game. Oops.
Well, acceptable casualties.
Yeah, I had to do it.
So you need to put the movable block. Yep.
Oh, that's interesting.
Chat wins again. Chat usually wins. Never bet against chat. If I've
That's
learned
right.
anything from being both a content creator and a content consumer, never bet against chat.
Oops.
Also, never bet on chat. Well, that's also valid.
Chat is truly the chat of the chat. Something.
I need to figure
I
out
don't
what
know.
my bit is going to be for this Friday.
Well, the whole show is your bit to some extent.
This is true, and that's why I felt that I had to go on it. I can't be like, hey,
Yeah.
do this shtick episode, and then be like, haha, I won't be on it.
Listen, streamers do that all the time.
Yeah,
They say, "Dance for me, streamer."
I can't do that.
You understand.
Plus, I think the poetry episodes, I'm actually really proud of a lot of my responses.
Can you get the best time? I can, and have, 1 billion times over. I'm also a pathological liar. Who am I? I am. What's going on? I don't know. Or do I? What?
Okay, one of us needs to go up and over. Not like that.
Well,
That was so close.
thanks.
Door dance for me, streamer. Door dance.
Here, you go up and over. Or not.
What?
That's
the-
fine.
Okay, fine. I will go up and over this time. Move. No, wrong way.
He hates the ice. Oh, you did it. Oh,
Yeah,
never
if
mind.
you just stand
It's
on
over.
the launch plate, it's like it sends you to where you're supposed to go.
Oh, that's what I didn't trust it for some reason.
This game is trust issue.
Exactly. Oh.
I found the grenades. Does that help?
That's huge.
Okay.
So much,
Okay.
I think. We did it.
Go find it. But careful not to lose it.
Oh, right. Yeah, this is where we go. Ow! Well. Ow. I suppose there's gonna be a teleporter later.
Yeah, the other side. Oh dear, we're actually running low on time.
It's fine. What's the worst thing that can happen?
We lose.
Oh, well, yeah, that'd be unfortunate.
Nope. Ah.
You can't give in. You can't
We did
give
it!
in.
Scene failed! Okay, we'll try again. This time, more betterer.
I think that's an actual line of the narrator in this game. Do betterer.
No, he says gooder. He says do gooder.
Do gooder? Okay.
Yeah, yep. All right, he's for you. Oops.
Okay, so we need to move that one first.
Amazing.
Yeah, look at all this time we have. Okay.
Then we go this way.
Yep. Need to pull that block out. Nope. Yep.
Nope.
Okay.
Yep.
Nope. Now I need to put it. Nope. Need to put it back on the other one. I'll do it.
Oh, you mean? Okay.
You go grab that in the meantime.
Okay. That was my plan from the beginning. Why? Oh, I see. You need to put it on the top one.
Yeah.
Gosh. We did it! Betterer is better than gooder. It's true. I should be the new narrator. Move over. I know words like betterer.
So I remember once. Ooh. Hold on. Go for it. Once in Wyoming, we found a family health clinic called Gooder Family Care.
Oh no!
It was in fact run by the Gooder family.
That makes sense.
That's actually their name, but it is also deeply unfortunate and deeply Wyoming.
It is. Oh, hi Yenza. Oh, hi Astrid.
Nope. Yep. Nope.
He's dead. Oh, geez, this stinks. I hate this.
Yeah.
I believe. Ouch.
Ah, I almost made it.
Oops.
Oh no, there's a raccoon here.
That's okay. Oops. Oops. We teleported to each other. We did it!
That was a fine performance. Just fine.
The sage's advice: don't die. I give it to people anytime they start choking on water. It's not terribly helpful.
Sometimes, though, you gotta die.
You've
Think
really
about
got the
this.
crowd eating
Every
from your
saint
delicate
that I
hands
know
now.
of has
There's
died.
never a dull moment with you at the helm. Maybe like twice.
Every?
I gotta hand it to you. You've got quite the unbreakable
I
spirit.
believe so.
I mean, I'm not nearly as brave
What's
as
the
you.
dogma
If
of the
I was in
assumption?
your capably nimble shoes, I'd say
Well,
to heck
every
with Hattie and my
canonized
friends. They'll
saint,
be
every
fine.
canonized
Then
saint
I'd
has
pack
died.
myself a nice
Are you
bag
saying
lunch,
our
show
Blessed
these
Mother
cats
isn't
my favorite
canonized?
finger, and then I'd make like
Oh,
horse
wait,
turds
hold
and
on.
hit the
You're
trail.
right, you're
Turn
right.
Not
Wait,
you.
wait,
You're
wait.
not horse turds. No, sirs. You are the very
So, but
definition of
that
the
that's
cat's
open to
PJs. And
is it
speaking
that
of
one's
which,
open
these cats are
to
truly
interpretation,
bizarre.
isn't
Why
it?
are they here?
Yes.
I mean,
There's
I've
some
got my
people-
end of
yeah.
earthly life.
Perhaps they're aliens from another world. Maybe their genetic experiments gone awry.
Wow,
Or could it
feels
be
bad
that
when
they
you
were once
forget
normal
about
kitties? Normal kitties who
mother.
evolved into the strange,
Happy
unpleasant
Mother's Day.
creatures we see before us.
Yeah.
These hideously adorable abominations
no.
with their beady eyeballs, giant bloodthirsty, tiny mouth fangs, slashy paw claws, and stanky funk breath. Plus, they're awfully rude and crabby. I think they all need girlfriends or something. I'm a cat, see?
He said
I'm
rude.
grouchy, see? I like to run around all day and hurt people's feelings, see? But don't take them lightly. Although sassy and lazy by nature, cats are awfully crafty, and finding a weak spot in that bright orange furry armor might prove difficulty. Minus the why. They're always watching children. I see them lurking in the shadows. Lurking hard. Or hardly lurking, see? On that note, this whole theater's like a bad joke. But how did things get so bad? At one time, this theater was a nice place, with flowers in every vase and smiles on everyone's mouth faces. Can you believe it? I wouldn't believe it. I mean,
Mouth
if you
faces.
told me that, I'd more than likely call you a liar and walk away. And, find some place to get ice cream to replenish the innocence you blackened with your filthy deceits. I like strawberry. Just keep your wits about you as you descend deeper into the belly of the beast. And perhaps you'll find a way to put an end to this madness.
That's going to radicalize the cats.
No,
Oh.
they're already radicalized.
Yeah. Getting warmer. Oh, it gives you a preview of the whole level.
I think that's like the audience. It's a bunch of cats.
Oh. Ah! Oh, I see. You want me to grab this one? I
That's
didn't.
not exactly what I intended for you to do, but you know that works.
Help me! Oh, that's important. Oh, those ones go through the... Oh, wait. We've seen that before, haven't we?
No, the other
Things-
movable blocks have not.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, the rocks are heavy. They go through clouds.
Oh, B.
Numero uno.
Oops.
Eat rock, cat.
Well, he showed you.
He showed me twice. There's a gem there.
There is?
Yeah, it was
Oh.
behind the tree.
Wow, camouflage.
Wow, trust issues.
A little bit. Oops. That water... Okay, sure, that's
It's
fine.
kind of dirty.
Well, also it breaks physics, I'm noticing. Ouch. Oops.
Rock delivery.
Thank you. I think it goes here. Get delivered, Rock. Wait, how do we get up then? Yeah, try gooder. He said the thing. On my side, anyways. Oh, I was looking at the wrong... I was looking at the mustache man.
I know we all want to be the mustache man, but only I am the mustache man tonight.
Well, Well.
No! I got bounced off of something somehow. I don't know what happened there.
All right, I need a new face. Wow, we did abysmally. B is for abysmal. Oh, never mind. All right, I want to change my face now.
You can. Just don't do it on the treadmill.
Amazing.
You're
Ptony in the house.
Not in the house. You are the house.
Well, I mean, no, I'm wearing a house. I think.
No, I think you are a house.
I did this for you.
You memento mori a lot in this game. Yeah, it's why it makes such a good Lenten game. You know, no one would really expect it, but you know, there went Peter.
All right, teamwork. This would be a really interesting challenge where with 0 deaths.
Oh, that would be madness.
Well, yeah, but you know, you understand that I like suffering.
Everyone needs a hobby.
It's true. My hobby fits my religion.
Come down here so I can eat you.
Oh,
No,
I
you have
see.
to get close so I can eat you.
Well. Uh-oh.
I thought you were gonna eat me. Someone
I'm not
has
very
to
good at the
eat it.
yeeting thing. Oh! Well. We did it! All right. Oh my.
Third try.
That's right. We're such gamers. Oh, well. Oh,
Thank you for slide tackling me into the spikes.
anytime. No! That works! Third try. Again.
Ptony, when did you learn? When did you come to realize that you were just an absolute gamer?
Well, it was probably when I became a streamer, of course. Oh my. Yeah. People tell me that I'm an absolute gamer all the time. Or the opposite. I'm not sure.
See, I was thinking kind of at birth, you just kind of, you know, were bored with the controller in hand, just like, mother, this build is suboptimal.
My mom was like, oh no, he's a min-maxer.
Oh, no, he's a gamer.
Oh no, Nana Kit, that's a thirst trap. Sorry.
Boo.
And what is it today? Good.
Let's see what that does for us. That looks intentional. Okay. Oh no! It was a trap! Well, we can't get this anymore. That's very tragic. Goodbye forever, Mr. Gem.
I mean, again, trust issues, the game.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, I'm up here. I was wondering where I was gonna spawn in.
Where did I go just now? Mistakes were made.
Oh, nice. Oops.
Okay.
Interesting.
Oh, duh, that's where we get the rocks.
Oh, I see.
So now you can go get that gem to the right.
Mm-hmm. Sort of.
I believe in you.
Oh, I see. Thank you. I did it! I did it! Oh, well, that's death.
Maybe you, like, I know your name means rock, but, like...
I'm not used to the rocks being against me. Oh, we can't go back down now.
Oh, you have to get the... That's
the bottom one first.
Clever, yeah. Okay, well.
They're sneaky.
Yeah, they is. I have no idea where you're going.
I'm going the same place as you.
Are
Whoops.
you?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What's this all about? What's this all about?
There was a gem back there. I already grabbed it.
Oh, you already grabbed it. Oh, amazing.
A bee.
B is for
Oh, thanks.
perfect.
That's right. Prisoners in here. I'm no prisoner. Leave me alone. I'm a house. Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Trekkie knows what's up.
That's what the B in Ptony stands for. Oh.
Your salvation lies in that tiny green package.
Yeah, I could have seen that one coming, I bet.
I just got it.
We did it.
We just
Precision
got up here in
platforming.
the entirely incorrect way. I'm impressed.
Excuse me, I'm a gamer.
Like I said, I'm impressed.
No! Well, I don't know what we need these rocks for, but I think we
there's
need
a
these
button
rocks.
at the end.
Oh, I see. You take that one, and I'll die.
Okay, we need another one.
Do we need both of them? All right. What's up? Oh, well. Oh! Oh!
That's okay.
Well.
That'll reset it.
You did it! I love how this game is so not janky. Oh,
I think its jank is honestly one of its most charming factors.
yeah, no, it's very special. Oh, you can call them.
Yeah,
It's
pigs.
not an emote.
They're pigs.
You already did this? I'm guessing you already did this. No, you did it!
I didn't do that. They're pigs.
Wow.
They're square
Yeah.
pigs.
Just like me. Square pig for a square house.
I'm gonna bully this one cat.
Oh, well, bullies get bullied. Whoops.
Oh no, the toast is back. Get out here, toast.
Is there a way?
I mean, there kind of has to be, right?
Good try.
Yeah. I didn't finish my sentence. I was saying, is there a way to get around the other side? But I don't think there is. Oh, well, that was interesting. Did you find something?
Nope. My character squeaks, and it entertains me.
Huh. That's a puzzle.
Yes, it is.
Hi, Marble.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Nope. Turn slightly the other way. Or, yeah, there. No, that's not going to be tall enough. We need to do this differently.
Interesting. Oh, like that. The crawling down, man.
It's just the crawling up animation reversed.
Oh.
Okay, I'll try this time.
Wow, you're very
Nice. Now it's just the yarn ball. Maybe if yeah, that's perfect. Oops.
Building up energy. What about the darts? Yeah, we can try that. But the problem is, it's not...
Ooh. Oh. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm trying to aim at a moving target.
Oh, why didn't that one stick?
Netcode.
I see.
Wait.
Oh.
Yeah!
Huge gamers. There's got to be a way to get it without the darts, right? They wouldn't require you to use the darts.
That is a great question. I have no idea.
Hmm.
What I'm finding fascinating, personally, that playing this tonight is the way levels are changed for two-player.
That makes sense.
Like, sometimes there's just, like, one block height difference or something placed a little differently.
That must have been taking a lot of design work.
Yeah, but they still feel like the same level.
Interesting. What a shot!
360 no scope right there.
I'll be taking autographs. Wait, I mean giving autographs.
I came to give bubblegum and take autographs, and I'm all out of gum.
That's right. Okay, well, I think the next thing we do is this. Aha. Well, and you failed.
I had a house in my way.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to go around the house.
No, I want to go through the house.
Well, are you invited?
Oh. Well, I suppose like
Remember,
rules, I was invited into your house, so...
Oh, that's a good point.
You know, I'm just saying, if I'm a vampire...
I'm all out of pens. Gonna be some video game of just a guy chewing gum. All right. Oh, perfect. Now I also have the facial hair. Oh,
no, this is cheating.
Is it? Is it? Oh, no!
I think you're supposed to avoid the laser.
Well, it's difficult timing. All right, I got the gem. Is there nothing back here?
There is, but the triangles are where blocks can be.
I see.
Like that.
I see. Well, good luck. Oh, I should come help you with the gem.
Well, no, I think now the blocks are the other way.
No, but there's a gem over to the left.
Oh.
Oh.
So there is.
Oh, nobody needed to help anybody.
We all need help.
Well.
But I think we might be lost causes.
Ooh. That sounds very Lutheran. Okay, that's the way for. Wait, they're both the way forward. I don't think we can do this though.
There might be a boat. There's no boat.
Well, maybe there's an invisible boat. Of course we can. We can go leftish. Oh. Wow. It was worth it.
You were so close.
I was so close. Good work. Ooh, interesting. Now, how do we get that?
Like that.
Wow, that was a lot easier than the last level, that's for sure.
God. No, that's okay.
No. Thanks, Mr. Piggy.
Boinketh, boinketh.
But we're missing. Are we missing?
Jump up.
Oh, you found it.
You did. It was behind the tree.
Oh, good job, me.
Right before you yeeted yourself into some spikes.
You know, sometimes when you've accomplished everything you want to, you look for spikes.
For legal reasons, I do not support this worldview, chat.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You should not support that.
Find the gems and put them in your pocket. Then find the door and you can unlock it.
He's ready for the poetry episode. All right, we gotta find this. I feel like it's that right there. I feel like it's that shrub right to the right.
It's a good guess.
Go, 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 go.
Go. Jump.
Ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. I can't, man.
No, we haven't done the yarn. Oh well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I saw the green light and was like, "Oh, we're done."
Get me out of this.
Very, very good.
Rude.
gems to whisk you away from this horrible place.
Rude. Oh wow, Nana Kid, is that your catchphrase? Oh, yeah, that works. Ow, rude. About to release some cats.
Yeah, did it to Peter in the morning, opening the door.
Pretty much.
So one of us needs to stay on that switch.
Oh, over to the left.
Yeah. Because if you stay on it, then I can move this.
It's a treadmill. I mean, I suppose, yeah, quite literally, that's what it is, huh? I thought I was being clever.
Hope Springs Eternal. Look. See where that empty space is on the left? See that?
Yeah.
Go there. Yeah.
Wow. Trust issues. Well. Oh, I see. Oh, it's a button. This is kind of rough, man.
Yeah.
What does this button do?
I think it raises it up for me. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, we didn't have to go through all of that, did we?
No, we did.
Oh.
One of us had to. And that one of us happened to be you.
Well, you know, with a grizzly beard like this, I'm just used to doing the hard work. You understand.
I'll Scienza about that.
Go for it. Oh, geez. This is a lot of teleporters. Oh, boy.
Less than perfect, but better than failure.
Oh, we're missing a gem.
We still got an A.
We got an A. A is for perfect.
Apropos.
Whoops.
I spawned inside the block.
That's fine. Whoops.
Oops. Okay,
You've got this.
I need you to stand on the block. Thank you.
What? You need more than moral support?
Some days I think I need less.
You get.
This is
I
modern
love
poetry. See, this is why we did this before the poetry episode.
That's right. Well.
Look, you are the Rock, so.
Yeah,
Wait,
I am
Are
experienced.
you Dwayne the Dwayne?
Don't give away my secrets. Oh. Oh, I messed up. There. It's all you. Oh!
Oh, there's a fan
Ow!
there.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
His grenades, or his energy ball keeps bouncing back at me.
Yeah, his energy ball is wild. Oh, there's an easy way to kill him.
I'll use my energy ball.
How do you use your second weapon?
L1 changed it. Was that LB? Okay, here's my biggest gripe about modern gaming is that everyone's adopted the Xbox control pattern, and I've never actually. And I was in a Nintendo and PlayStation household, so I've always known as like L1 and L2. I don't always remember what right bumper versus right trigger means.
Well, that makes sense. I, however, am much more used to the Xbox controller. Hi, I made it there.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Magic Pixel! Oh, we did it! I don't think there's anything for us up here.
Dang it. Well, now there is.
True.
Okay, bye.
Hi.
Ow. No, there's something up there that we need, I think.
I think so too, yeah.
Yeah, we have to get... Yeah.
Ah!
We have to get the rock.
We gotta get the rock. Where we gotta get the rock?
On that platform.
Almost. I see. Oh, if I jump off this, then it might not jump around as much.
No,
Or is that
it
worse?
needs that to get up there. Because otherwise it gets stuck. Oh no! It has stricken me. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that works, kind of.
Yeah, but not.
Wow.
Okay, I think I get it. I think I get it.
You did it!
It works.
Hmm.
It counts.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that all she wrote?
I guess so.
Oh, I wasn't on the path.
Like, why isn't it working?
I thought it was done. All right.
Very good. Moving on.
Are you winning? I think so.
We're winning so hard. Now, what are these things over here?
Tune into my other stream where I fucking bear bells. Those are encore, so those are kind of remixed versions of other levels.
Oh.
They're bonuses that you can do afterward.
Get the best time and I'll give you a kiss. Because
What?
I love you.
But
You're right. I don't know what I was expecting.
Your raccoon.
We have to get him off of the... Wait, where am I? Oh.
You got a rock.
Oh, I got the rock!
Everybody wants a rock to wind a piece of string around. What?
Where did the rock go?
Oh yeah, that's a thing that happens with the clients. On the internet
Amazing.
sometimes there are ways to delete the rocks. There's actually a way. So the movable blocks, there are ways that you can use that to erase other blocks. What?
I guess you go all the way down? What?
Okay, so you got there.
This is
Okay.
very confusing.
Why don't you step off of yours, jump up, so that's one will spawn. No? Oh, there
Something
we go.
feels-
Now you go down. Other one first. We got
Okay.
there.
We did it!
We only have 30 seconds left for the rest of the level.
Go! 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 Run away! Run away!
Okay, each checkpoint gives us a few more seconds.
Nice.
Beware the
there's
bomb
a-
frog. Oh, the toast is following us all the way here?
Good job, Toast.
No,
You're
that's
the
just
real
cheating.
MVP. Woo! We did it! Ah! Well. Okay. I'll just join you up there.
Yeah.
Well. Oh no!
It's
Well-
okay. If we explode here, we can go to the next. It should just take us to the next checkpoint. Since I did hit it. Yep.
Nice. Almost. Where's it supposed to go?
I think we need to get it onto this. So yeah, get it up there.
I
'cause Then it
see.
presses that button, which will open up this pathway for us.
Winner!
Yeah, we did it.
Let's see which one of you failed the least.
For me, it doesn't matter. I just love to push a good kid out of the way, especially for charity.
Thank
That
you,
came
Ada.
out of the that came out of the external speaker, so you might have heard
Take
it
my
also.
bait,
I take
Yeah.
it you
I
did.
whisk you back to a time long forgotten. Long
Like I
before
said,
the
thank you, Ada.
the poop hit the
Yeah,
fan.
it's
dear.
great.
The year
I
was
didn't really hear it because I'm
17,
listening through
50,
headphones.
9-ish, whatever. Self-made billionaire, cat fanatic, and theatrics aficionado.
A
per
cat
ham
fanatic?
bottom set out to create
It's
the
you.
biggest, ritziest,
No!
most thrill-inducingest theater ever. And he did. And it was the talk of the town. Trust me, if you weren't there, you were most assuredly square. People were seriously like,
no,
what, you
that's
weren't
me.
there? What are you, a nerd? Opening night was a thing to behold, as Lord Furbottom organized the grandest, jaw-droppingest show ever seen. There was explosions and dancing girls who exploded, exotic animals who exploded, incredible feats of magic and wonder with fantastic production values all around. Furbottom sat for days on end, marveling at his breathtaking creation and packing handfuls of delicious, buttery popcorn into his mouth. But alas, his illogical contempt for intermissions ultimately caused his demise. And during the show, Furbottom passed away, having pooped himself to death on the way to the bathroom. Legend says he clenched his butt as hard as he could, but his little cheeks just gave out. Furbottom left nothing behind but his beloved theater, his precious kitties, his hat, and of course his bloated corpse, which was lovingly drifted out to sea and immediately ravaged by sharks. And that, children, is the legend of Perham Furbottom, a respectable and apparently delicious a gentleman. But the show must go on, right? Right. For thousands of years, Perham's hat passed from head to head, leader to leader, and the theater still operates to this very day. And what a piece of crap it's become. I bet Perham is rolling over in his sharks right now. I mean, everything's poorly run and the whole place stinks like pee and feet. And with everyone involved walking a fine line between moodiness and full-blown insanity, it's only a matter of time before something truly horrifying happens. But try to keep a sunny disposition as you sink further into darkness, yeah? Nobody likes a crybaby.
Well. All right. Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to call it.
Yeah. I have experienced a great deal of Battleblock Theater. Indeed.
Yeah, so what'd you think?
I thought it was quite fun. Quite chaotic. Not as hard as I expected it to, but then again, we haven't gotten to the last levels.
Yeah, level 8 just gets crazy.
That sounds fun. I also like the idea of a deathless run, potentially. Because the levels are short enough that it would be doable.
Well, you can do it as RTA, so...
It's RTA?
Real-time attack. It's like where you do like an individual level.
Oh.
It's like, I do 1-7 deathless?
Interesting. That makes sense. Hi, Marble. Well, thank you, Father. This was a treat.
Thank you. Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you in 46-ish hours on Game of Favorites, when we will learn whether you are actually a poet. And then we will know that.
Well, we know that the host isn't, and that's okay.
Wait. I wrote a poem just for you. Did you see this?
I did.
Next.
It has a very unique foot to it. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, but it is consistent foot, I believe. I'm pretty sure that the syllables are consistent. I'm not sure. Good, sweet. All right. Thanks, everybody.
It's free form. It doesn't have to.
It does, though. Listen, it's my own form.
It doesn't have to.
No. Sure. My poem has consistent syllables. Wow. Hi, Ami.
Was it written in trochaic octameter?
No, it was. I didn't choose a meter. I just chose whatever came out the first line and made sure all the other lines matched.
Well, that would, by its very nature, be a form of meter. But anyway.
Well, yeah. All right. Fine. I don't know. Chat, you decide. Am I a poet? Vote Friday. Actually, you can't vote on that. Sorry. Good. Meter, I barely know her. No.
But tish.
All right. Well, thank you, Father. Look forward to hanging out with you on Friday.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Thank you for this bonus stream tonight. So who should we read into?
Please clap.
I just heard the please clap, but not the claps.
Chad gets to hear these things twice. Lucky Chad. Let's see. Well, Father Evan is live.
Who?
Neb
is
Father
live.
Evan. Neb is live. You want? We could do Neb.
Neb and Cal and cats.
That's right.
So cat raid.
Cat raid. And then make sure you ask Neb and Cal if they trust cats. What do you think?
Oh, that's a good raid called Do You Trust Cats?
Yeah. Do you trust cats? And then we can, I mean, we already know that Cal is going to say no. They have a cat. They are a cat.
Well, Cal may just.
Yes.
Neb
they
is like some
are
alien from
a cat. I think. All right, cool, sweet. Well, thank you, Father. Thank you, chat. You did a good job chatting tonight. We'll see you again soon.
Have a good night, y'all.
Good night. God bless and ciao.
Congratulations.